Hello everyone, welcome you all for the next lecture of the course Selenium with Java. Today we will start a new module, Module 2, Selenium OOPS. This is lecture number 11, Module 2. So today's topic is OOPS. Okay. These are the outlines. First of all, what is OOPS? OOPS introduction. Then we will learn class and objects, then class methods, modifiers and constructors. So first of all, OOPS introduction. First of all, OOPS introduction. What do you mean by OOPS? What do you mean by OOPS? OOPS, OOP for object oriented programming as for system. O for object, O for oriented, P for programming as for system. So OOP is object oriented programming for system. So basically it's a programming. Okay, OOPS is a programming. OOP is a programming with objects and classes. Okay, OOPS is a programming with object and the classes. So what do you mean by object and what do you mean by classes? Object means a real world entity like table, chair, animals, food item, any real world item. This OOP programming was designed to interact with real world entity. So object means a real world entity. So object-oriented programming is a programming concept where we use classes and the objects. Okay? It allows programmer to create the objects they want and then create method to handle those objects. And manipulating these objects to get result is the main aim of OOPS. Okay? In short, we can understand OOPS is a programming language which uses class and object. OOP is a programming language which use class and objects. Okay. For any class, we have to create the objects, and for objects, we have to create the methods to handle it. Okay. And that handling is the main aim of the OOP. So, OOP is related with classes and objects. What do you mean by class and objects? Okay. Class is a user-defined blueprint or template from which object is created. Okay. If you remember, template means standard method. Okay. Standard form type. So class is a user-defined a standard, a blueprint from which object is created. It doesn't consume space in method. Okay. So this is a syntax for OOP. Okay, in OOPS, every programming is done by creating class. So how to create class? First, write keyword class. Okay, keyword class, then any name you can give for class, but remember, class name should be with capital letter. Okay, then there are fields and methods inside the class, inside the curly braces. Field means any type of data or variables on which we are doing our programming or on which our logic will be dependent. And method we define in the programs. Okay. So this is the syntax of class. Okay. So objects means the real life entities. Object means real life entities. By Java program, we can create many objects and these objects are interacted by the methods. So objects are instances of classes. For example, class is a student. If class is a student, then objects can be many. Ram, Tima, Sita, Rema, X, Y, Z, etc. So for one class, so many objects. For one class, so many objects. So class, the standard template, and the objects are real life entities. The objects are real life entities. Like for example, for fruits is a class, then objects are mango, banana. Okay. If class is cities, then objects will be Mumbai, Delhi, Lucknow, etc. Okay. So see here, in technical terms, okay, it will see for class so many objects, so many objects. Class is a keyword. Class is a keyword to define the objects. In technical terms, so objects having state and behavior. Objects having state and behavior. Okay, like for example, animal is a class. In animal, entities are entities for objects are it can be dog, it can be lion, it can be cat, it can be tiger. Okay. Suppose a tiger object, then two types. The condition has state and behavior. So state means color, state means color, breed, etc. So state and behavior is if it's a tiger, then roaring, that is behavior. Eating, that is behavior. And the color is its state. So every object has state and behavior. Every object has state and behavior. For example, class animal, then we have taken dog as object. In dog, the state is dog's breed. Which type of dog is? Dog's breed. And behavior is barking, eating. Behavior is barking, eating. So every object has two conditions, state and behavior. Understood? Okay. Means a class can have so many objects, objects 1, objects 2, objects 3, and objects has state and behavior. Every objects have state and behavior. State and behavior, like that. Okay. So class is student, objects are Ram, Rima, Sita, Rahim. Okay. In objects, state can be their height, name, etc. And their behavior is like eating, sleeping, talking, etc. If class is fruits, then objects are mango, banana, apple. And here state you can say color. Mango color is yellow, banana color is white, apple color. Okay. And their behavior is sweet. You can see. Like that, we can conclude for anything. Okay. So this is the class and objects, just example to understand, but actually how to do in the program. How to do in this program. Okay. So to see here in the program, the package you will create it. Now class, we have created a student class program. Okay. We have created one class and this public is a modifier which shows that this class is visible to, it shows that this class is visible to all. So we have created a class student and we have defined two variables with data type int for roll number and string for the name. And we have given the values for roll number 5 or name suppose. And we have this is main method. Okay. Now see clearly. In main method, we have created object for the class. So see, class is a student. So same should be typed over here. It's second same to same because we are creating object of this class, the student. Okay. So again, reminder. Here we are creating object of which class? That class name should be here. So here we are creating the object of this class, the student. So that's why student here. student, here you can give it any variable. I have given it objects, so you can give any name. Equals to then new, then again the same class name, new student. Okay. Now we want to what we want to print on console. We want to print this roll number and name. Okay, but it is in this class. It is not in this main method. Okay, it's not in main method. So how to call it? We'll call through this objects. Okay, so objects dot what we are calling roll number. Object dot what we are calling name. Okay. Now we are in main method. We are not here. In main method, but we have created the object of string class. Now in CSO command, we have created object. What is object? Object for class strings. It will refer to this class. Then what? Output 5 and rounds. Output will be 5 and round. Okay. So that is how to write a simple program of class and object. Now what is the method? Method. So method, or we can say function, set of statement to perform any task. Okay, method means some process or some task. Okay, method means some task, some process. So how to write the method? Method declaration. See here, here is example. Here is a method created add public int add int a comma int b then method body. This whole is method declaration. Okay. This whole is method declaration. Public int add integer a, integer b, method. See, public is what is it? Access modifier. It means public means it is publicly visible to the public. It can be private, it can be protected, etc. Int means data type. It can be float and all. Add is the method name. Add is the method name. And int a, int b, these are the parameters. This code is called method header. Method header, then method body. This code is called method header and this method body. Okay. So, or this method with this parameter is called method signature. Okay. Method name with, see here, method name add plus this parameter int a comma int b. This is called method signature. Okay. So method signature, method name plus parameter list. Okay. Here, access modifier which we have used here. This is we have used public, but it is not single public. It can be private. It can be protected. Okay. You see, public means the method is accessible publicly by all classes. Public means method is accessible publicly by all classes. If it is a private means it should be private. Private means it can be accessible only in the classes which define, not in other classes. Method is accessible only in the classes in which it is defined. Okay. Protected. Protected means the method is accessible within the same package or subclass in different package. Okay. And default, you know, default Java use default access specifier by default when we don't specify modifier. Okay. When we don't mention anything, then by default will take. So it is visible only from the same package. Okay. It can be visible only for the same package. Next is types of method. Now, method can be predefined or user-defined. Method can be predefined or user-defined. Predefined means that is already defined in Java. Means we are not mentioning it. It is already defined in Java. Priorly, already defined. So, for example, slang means to calculate for length, equals for calculating equality, compared to for calculating comparison, SQRT for calculating square root, print for printing something. Okay, so these are predefined methods. And user-defined methods also we can define by user. It can be without returning any value or with returning a value. Okay? So this is all about the methods. Next is modifiers. Modifiers are access modifier or non-access modifiers. Okay, like we have studied public, that is access modifier that's publicly visible to all. So access modifiers can be access type or non-access type. Access type means that control the access level. Access level means it is publicly, privately or not. But the access level, okay, means it is visible or not. Simple. That is, it controls the accessibility of the particular program. Non-access modifier provide only functionality but no control in access level. It doesn't matter what is access level, it provides only functionality. Okay, so for classes we use public or default, public accessibility, publicly available classes, and default by default will take some. And for attribute method or constructor, we use public, private, default, and protected. In later lecture, I'll explain the programs of each, how to declare public class, private class, default, protected, and how to call the methods. Non-access modifiers are like final abstract. Final means cannot be inherited. Inherited means in next lecture we'll learn in detail what inheritance means. If a child having properties related to parents, that's for inheritance. So final means cannot be inherited by other classes. Abstract means the class cannot be used to create the objects. Okay, so that was about the modifiers or specifier. Next is Java construct. Java constructor. Constructor, which construct something. If you will see the name, constructor means which construct something, which create something. Constructor means which construct something, which create something. So it's a type of method only. In method, when we create any object, that means that is construct. Okay? So it is a type of method. It provides data for object. Okay. When we create object of any class by adding new keyword, that is called constructor. For example, if you remember, just now we have done one program here. See, here we have created a student object new student. Okay, this is student is a class object we are creating for this class. So how we are creating object by adding new keyword. So this becomes now constructor. This becomes now constructor. Got it? This becomes now constructor. Okay. So when we create object of any class by adding new keyword, that is called constructor. And the name of constructor and class should be same, and it does not have any return type. Okay. Now, type of constructor. Constructor can be used by two ways, either default or parameters. Either default or parameterize. Okay. Now, default constructor. Okay. Now, see. We have created a class by name constructor and we have mentioned two variables, string name and age. Okay. Now we create the method. This is class. In class, we have created method public constructor. And here we have mentioned name equals to Ram, age equals to 18. This is a class constructor, these two variables. This is the method. Now this is a main method. Okay, main method. In main method, we have created object for class constructor. For class constructor, we have created object for class constructor equals to new. Then this constructor same here. That's why we say constructor and your class should be same. Okay. Now CISO command object created. We have with names C. That's why C, and we are calling the name of this method. C dot name and C dot age. Okay. So when this logic run inside the main program, then the compiler will understood this is a constructor C. Constructor is a class, C is a variable. So when the CISO command runs C means it will see this is the object of class constructor. It will come to the constructor class. Here name it understood the string type, its value is RAM. So answer output and display will be RAM and 80. Next is parameterized type. Means inside the constructor syntax, we can define the parameter also. Means we have taken same example. Class constructor, string name, age, public constructor. In constructor, we have defined the parameters string and int age. Now variable defined here. So what we will see? This name and this n is same. So what we have done? Name equals to n. This age and this age same age equals to n. Now in main method again we have created constructor object C for this class constructor. First new constructor. Since it's a parameterized size, that's why we are defining value inside. So what we have defined is string and so name integer age. Now CISO command c dot name and c dot age. So when this program will run, what Java compiler will understood that when this CISO command runs c dot name c, it understood its object of class constructor. So it will come here. Here name is equals to n. And what is n? And we have defined here RAM. Then age is equals to a. What is a? A define 18. So answer again on displays RAM and 18. Okay. So see here, this is by default. We are not giving anything here. So whatever values are initialized here, that will we see in the output. But here by parameterize, we are giving the value of parameters inside the small bag. So this is constructor. Now we'll see these 2-3 programs on Eclipse. Okay. So now open your Eclipse. Open the Eclipse. Since we have started module 2, so we'll see create a new project. Okay. That was module 1 basics of Java. So here we'll create file, new Java project. Again, listen carefully. Click on file, new Java project. And I'm keeping its name is project name should start with capital letter. Selenium 2. Okay, finish. Don't quit. Okay. Now, first done, we have created the project. Next, on this project, right click new package. Package, I'm always starting small letter. So I'm writing package O. Okay. In package, I'm creating new class. So what new class? So what first program we will do in our PPT? The first program is simple object creations. Okay. So I'm giving the name object creation. Okay. This is how to create the objects. Okay. Will include main method. Finish. Okay. So here see package name is oops. Okay. Package name is OOP and classes object creation. Classes object creation. Okay. Now in main method, before main method, okay, this is main method. I will do it. Okay. Public classes, we have writing object creation. Okay. If you want to rename it, suppose T spelling is wrong here, so how to correct it? Right click on this, you can delete it, whatever. If you rename it, refactor. Okay. If you want to change the name, it's so go to right click on it and go to refactor and then rename. Okay. So object creation like this. Finish. Okay. Now, automatically it also changes. Okay, object creation. Now, I'm defining two variables. First is roll number, int roll number that equals to 5. And the string that should be capital. The string name equals to round. Okay, see, it objects and variables are not defined inside the main method. It's in class only. Okay, you got it? Okay. Now, in main method, I'm going to create object for this class. This is the class, and I am going to create object of it. So, what is the syntax? Okay, okay. Please example of creating object of class. Okay, now see, class is object creation. So I'm writing here. Now you can define any variable here. So I'm writing object. Okay, then new. Then again the class name. What class name we use here? That and this should be same. Okay, it is showing cross here. Red sign here means there is some error, but actually not error. Uh, this will automatically remove when you will use this object because we have not used now. Okay. Now what I want to print in console, just type CISO and control space bar. I want to print the roll number and name. So first refer this object. Okay. Object dot roll number. See, already suggestions are here. If suggestions are not showing me, there is a method. Okay. Again, CISO command, control space bar. Inside it, object dot C name. Syntax error. Okay. Here I have not used this. Okay. So I understand. Okay. In main method, we have created object for class object creation. Means for this class. Okay. Syntax is the class used here again in at right side with news, adding new keyword, new object creation. Okay. Now, so when the Java will execute this program, so for CISO command object dot roll number, it understands object is object for this class. It will come to this class. For this class, roll number is 5, so it will show 5. Name is Ram, it will show the Ram. Now let's see, run this program. See, roll number and name. Okay. So this is for object creation. The next program for constructor. Okay. What is the next program? For constructor, there are two types. First is default and second is parameterized. Okay. So we'll see, create a new class constructor. New class constructor. Default. I'm taking example of default. Okay. Including main. Okay. So this is example of default constructor. Yeah. Now, first package group public class clear. So I'm in public class constructor default. Just mention the variables. Again, the same thing I'm taking int age or string name type and int age. Okay, so this is the class in the class variable definition. Now we have to create the method. Method public. Okay. Now constructor. Okay. In constructor. Now give the value. Let's suppose name is Ravi and age is anything. Okay. Now in main method, we are not constructor, it will construct default actually. So it's really bad. Different type of method is missing. Okay, I'll see. Wait a minute. It's the same thing. Here, first I'll complete the program, then I'll type. Okay. In this, we have created object for this class. So I'm just copying the name here. It's an error video. And I'm writing constructor default cd equals to new constructor default in this small brackets. Okay. Now I'm typing CISO, it's control space bar. Here cd dot name C. Position is already here. And again CISO command control space bar. Here cd dot h. Okay. Now what is the error here? I don't understand. Okay. Same name should be same. What name here we have given it class, the name should be for the method. Same. So maybe I have typed here, maybe some mistake will be there. The small letter, capital letter, space will be. This name and this name should be same. Okay. So now run it. Okay. So again, this is the main method. In main method, Java understand there is a if CISO command cd.name, Java understand cd is object of this class constructor default. So it will jump to constructor default class. Here it understand name is string type, age is int type. Now dot name means it will come to the method constructor default. Here name is Ram, so it will display Ram. If here age 25, so it will display 25. So this is the constructor default example. Now we'll see the constructor parameterize. So right click on package, new class, constructor parameterize, including main method. So now public class constructor parameterize. Okay, here again we have defined the variables string name int age. Now create the method public. Then I'm copying again here, so it will not show the error. Now see, I'm taking it parameterize. So parameterize we have to define inside this small bracket. Okay, if I have taken name first, I have to type string name, comma, age. Okay, now we have defined string name, age here. So is this or this same? No, it should not be same. So I have to writing in short and adding. Okay. Now I have to, otherwise it will confuse this name or name same. So I'll write name equals to n. These both are same. This is also name for name purpose, this is also for name purpose. So do not confuse. A equals to A, sorry, age equals to A. Okay, got it? Now, here again, we'll create constructor. I'm taking name again, so that's I'm giving it short name CD equals to new constructor parameters. Okay. Now CISO command, space bar here, CD dot CD dot name. Okay. Then again, CISO command, space bar, CD dot age. Age. Okay. Then what is here error? Constructor is undefined. How it is undefined? CD equals to new customer parameterized. Customer parameterized. Okay. Okay. Add arguments. Okay, arguments. Since we have defined parameterize, I mean, we have defined string and int a, but we have not given name and name. Here we have to give the values. Okay. So name I'm giving Ram and age giving up, suppose 32. Okay. So see, it is very easy to identify the error by the suggestion. The suggestion was given that you are taking constructor parameterize because not by writing this keyword, by this. If we are putting some parameter inside this bracket, this means it is a parameterized method. For parameterized method, value should be inside this. Okay, now run it. Okay. So you can understand the difference in the default. We have not defined anything inside this, but we have mentioned values here. Ram is default. In parameterize, we have used this parameters here, string int, and here. Okay. Now this is completed. Constructor default and parameterize. Now I'm going to explain you if I'll put name over here. So how it confuse? That's why I was told. If I'll put the full name here also, and if I'll write here name, this both name are same and this both age is same. Okay, if I'll mention age is string name, then logically there is no error. Okay, we have defined this is string name type here also the string name type. I mean this name is string type, this age is int type, and this name same. Now we'll run it. It is giving null because what happened when this command you run CISO, CD means the object of this class. It will come in this class. Then this class dot name is it will jump to this name, and name is name. So it is not getting any value. If it is confused in this name and this name. Okay. So what we have to use? We have to use different variable here. Okay, what we have used earlier. Okay, so this is the constructor method. In this way, we have learned how to create the object, how to create this class. For this class, how to create the object. If we create this object, it's called constructor. I will listen carefully. In the particular package, we have created a class. For that class, how to create object. Okay. If we create object, it's called constructor. So in constructor, by default, how to write program and parameterize, how to do parameterize. Okay. So in this way, we have learned basic concept of OOPs, classes, objects, access modifiers, constructor. Okay. So in the next lecture, we will learn the concept of inheritance. So till that time, thank you so much. God bless you. Bye bye. We'll meet you in the next lecture.